Good morning, YouTube. Guys, Sharif, good morning. I am sick. I got a cold. I got a sore throat. And I keep sneezing. I'm sick. Started having a sore throat last night. And I don't have any medicine here. Took some vitamin C. And kind of feel like crap right now. But my throat's not as sore anymore. I'm just drinking hot lemon water, and I got my eggs here, my breakfast. So we'll see what happens today. I still wanted to wake up and show up, but I really didn't feel like trading today. So we'll see what happens. Nothing changes in terms of the plan. Still got to do what we got to do. We got the 15-minute chart pulled up here. Market opening in 11 minutes. Looking bearish overnight. We're back below yesterday's opening range. We got some support here at yesterday's low. We had some numbers come out at 7:30. We got no other news today. So we're just going to sit back and do what we do. Wait for the market to open. Mark the top and the low. You know. Kind of putting the equal lows there. So we'll see if we bounce off of that here at open. Or if we continue going down. We won't know until we know. And I just keep blowing my nose. Hopefully by Monday I feel better. Just rest over the weekend. See what happens. Guess I could put some honey in here, maybe. Little bit of honey. Lemon and honey. Hi. All right, so market's going to be closed on New Year's, obviously, Wednesday. So we'll be back Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, trading Thursday, Friday. Oh, man. I got a pretty good immune system. I don't get sick easily. So I don't know where I got it. I went to church on Christmas night, and it looked like there's a couple people there that were sick. If y'all could see what my dog and cat are doing right now, it'd be pretty funny. My dog is just grooming my cat. He's licking his head. Sorry, I'm going to be like blowing my nose the whole stream. Market pushing about 13 points below that 845 15-minute candle. Heck yeah, man. I need a haircut, though. It's getting kind of long in the back. Need to go to a barber. I haven't found one around here right when I moved here. It's pretty easy. Just get out of the shower, put some stuff in your hair, and go, whew, finished. I don't even need a comb. Easy. 4 minutes till the market opens. We're going to do our thing, mark the high and the low, wait till the hourly candle closes, look for our bull flags and bear flags. Get the 1 minute chart here. Two-minute chart here with the 21 EMA and VWAP. VWAP at 21,925. Price is currently at 864. The 21 EMA on the 2-minute chart up there at the 883s. We got a pivot point right here at 881. The pivot point to the downside at 755. And then another pivot point up there at the 996s. And Sharif, I didn't forget about you on X. I was busy and I haven't had a chance to even go on there yet. But I'll reach out to you soon. All right, got the market pushing down into the opening candle there. Down there at the 840s. The 5-minute chart here. 15-minute chart here. So we're on step 2, which is to mark the 15-minute opening range, the top and the bottom. Tell you what, being sick definitely calms you down a little bit. No caffeine. And just get a cold and then you'll calm down a little bit. Might help us actually stick to our plan a little bit better today. Kind of had a bear flag here, I guess. The 15-minute. Broke below and then closed here, and then once we kind of lost this 9-10 area, came down through pivot point, down, continued down. Yesterday was good. I went to a 200-acre ranch and had dinner with a family that lives down the road. We had lamb chops and Brussels sprouts. Had a nice relaxing evening. It's like right when I started leaving, that's when I progressively started getting sicker as I went to sleep. All right, market dipping down here at open. The first couple minutes. I also signed up to be a volunteer firefighter yesterday. There's a fire station right down the road from my house. They got 2 fire trucks and they respond to calls to like this entire county of Texas. And so I'm going to get a radio at home and I'll be on call 24/7, except I don't have to respond to all the calls because we got like 10 people that like consistently respond to calls. So if I'm trading, I could just stay at home. Or maybe if I get a call while I'm trading, I'll just close down the computer and head out. You know, if somebody's life is in danger, if they got in a car accident, that's probably more important than me trying to make a couple $100 trading. So we had a fatal car accident a month ago on the road down the road from where I live. This girl hit a trash truck in her car and spun around, and then this guy stopped and pulled her out of the car, and when he was crossing her over the road, they got hit by another car and both of them got killed. It was at like 5 o'clock in the morning last month, like about exactly a month ago, a month and like 5 days. And yeah, think about it, like we're all volunteers and there's like, we live out in the country. So when we get the call, we just go, whether it's a fire, structure fire, a fire, a grass fire, like the brush, like the ground can catch on fire here when it gets really dry, or an automobile accident. And I'm not a medical first responder. I'm not CPR certified, but we are like sometimes the first people that get there, and we have to stop the traffic and try to pull people out of the car if it's burning and put the fire out before like any ambulance or helicopters get there. And I mean, if I hear that there's somebody in a car accident, that's a little bit different than a small fire out in the middle of the field. If I got a call like that in the middle of trading, I would probably just stop what I'm doing and go to it. And I'm not really trained yet or experienced, but I would just be watching for the first couple months and helping out a little bit. But I mean, the market will be open tomorrow, so it's not a big deal. Like if I have to stop trading. And we get about 6 or 7 calls per month on average. So it's like more than 1 call a week. So, I mean, it's not super busy, but you know, here once in a while we'll get a call. So I'm going to learn a lot. It's going to be good for me. I'm going to learn a lot and be able to help people. And, you know, it's pretty cool. I'm excited. Market just pushing down here at open. We just pushed all the way down to that 755 pivot. Obviously, if you got short when the market opened, you would have made a lot of money here, but you know, just doesn't follow the strategy. Maybe eventually we can add multiple entry methods. So right now, I only have one entry method. I have one method and plan for how to enter a trade. Eventually, you can have a second and a third one. So that way you can take more trades and have more opportunities to make money. I know. Yeah, some quick scalps. Or this could be the bottom, you know, and now it's like, don't go chasing waterfalls. I only want to get in if I see a pullback and then like a bear flag still, because you know, I don't know. I could be wrong. It could just keep pushing, but at this point, I don't want to jump in and like FOMO into this trade. So eventually, though, we can develop maybe some kind of entry for when the market opens, like different plans for that only if it gives us our setup do we take it. Sometimes there's good bear and bull flags right there at open. But for now, we just have our one entry method. So But it's good to have 2 or 3 for sure. But if we just stick even to this one, we'll still make a lot of money. So I don't need to worry about developing a second entry method. What I need to focus on is just following the current plan that we have. Yeah, so like on the 1 minute, we kind of had like this quick pullback here, and then it just continued to break through. Like I've taken trades like this before and made money. You know, you jump in here at 739, the market just pushed down to 711. You know, market's moving pretty fast right now. So like, you know, maybe you could have entered right here, taking a quick scalp, jump in at the 739s, and then it pushed. Almost 30 points there. Boom, boom. But just doesn't really follow our plan that we have typed up right now. Short's getting paid right now. Bears bringing the price down aggressively. Looking at the 15-minute candle here, just a big old candle straight down. Selling off the it's Friday. Like we said, towards the end of the year, a lot of people are maybe selling off positions. I don't know. People do weird stuff that have like a lot of money at the end of the year with their taxes and their portfolios. They do like weird strategies to try to reduce their tax liability. Or I don't know. I'm not a financial advisor or a portfolio manager or a hedge fund manager or a, you know, anything like that. But I just know that at the end of the year, there's some stuff that people do. So I wasn't super excited about trading this week anyway. I was literally thinking about taking the whole week off, but I ended up taking a couple trades. You know, we did okay. We didn't lose money. If we pull up our thing for this week, we've only made like a little less than $300 this week, but we've won 100% of our trades. Haven't lost any trades this week. Last week was a different story. We won half of them because we didn't stick to our rules. You know? So they lost a couple $100. So if we just stick to the rules, we'll be all right. So that's what we're going to do. And I don't want to stay on this screen here because this, if I sit on this screen too much, then I'm going to start seeing stuff and wanting to take trades. When in reality, we have to keep our focus on. Is that another pivot point on the hourly? So we got an hourly pivot point too down there at the 674s. The hourly pivot points are different than the 15.5 2-minute. These are all the same pivot point. 640, 640. You go the 15-minute, like 641. But then when you go to hourly, 674. So we might actually run into some resistance at or support, I mean, somewhere around in this area. Looking at the bigger time frame, or it could just push right through it. You never know. So it's like, do you want to get short down here? Not really. You know? gotta sit back, kind of watch. There we go. We only trade till 10 a.m. anyway, so just put the line till 10 a.m. Big old 15-minute candle here, though. Today's high up there at the 863. We're down to 699. Market just pushed down, or excuse me, 863. Yeah, 160 points. Going to find support down here probably and bounce back, and this will be the range probably. We got a pivot point that's almost acting as like the halfway point. But we showed up. We showed up today at no trades yet. Market pushing down a lot here so far. We got the 15-minute candle closing in 15 seconds. We got this hourly kind of support level, but then another pivot. We'll see if it holds up here or not. But if you got short, you got paid for sure today. This is kind of the only kind of good entry that I saw in the 1 minute, but we missed it because it doesn't really follow the strategy. But I've taken trades like this in the past. When the market's pushing that hard, sometimes you won't get a pullback all the way to the 21 EMA. Because it's just going so fast that it'll pull back just a little bit, create like a 2-minute bear flag, and then break and just keep going down. So, but you got to be careful getting in here because you got to look at you got to look left. Where's the previous areas of support? Look, we pushed down pretty much exactly almost to that hourly pivot point, and then we're pulling back up now. It's almost like it knew that I drew that yellow line right there. Look at that. That's good. If we mark up charts and then talk about what it's going to do and then it starts doing it, that means that we kind of know how the market behaves. That's the characteristics of a good trader. To be able to, before this even happened, I marked it with this yellow line looking at this pivot point on the hourly. Down here, this little smaller one below the 15-minute range one. That's the hourly. Okay. But yeah. We came down to the hourly pivot, now started coming back up. So we got the 15-minute range marked here. It's a huge range. So if you didn't get short and catch any of those moves in the beginning, now you got to sit back and see what the heck's going to happen for the next hour or so. And I'm sick right now. My nose is all stuffed up. At least my throat doesn't hurt that much, but I just don't like being congested. Now we're just waiting to see what happens. We got another pivot point down there at the 640s, but so far the hourly pivot point holding the price up. My win rate's pretty high. And historically, I've cut my winners off too quickly sometimes. So, but I think we're gonna be all right with that now. Because if you want your winners to be bigger than your losers, what do you have to do? You have to let the trade just play out then. That's what has to happen. That's what physically has to happen on the screen and your orders and the buttons you're pressing with your mouse. If you want your winners to be larger than your losers, what do you have to do? You have to let them play out. It's a pretty simple concept. So instead of getting emotional or your feelings, like, stick to the plan. Like, if the price wants to push back up here, what does it have to do? It has to go above the high of the previous candle. So once it did that and broke this 710 area, bounced off the hourly support, we started coming back up. See, I could have bought at 711 here, you know, like right here. Get this pullback to the 21 EMA now. But, you know, one of my new rules is I don't want to take any trades until the hourly candle closes, which is in another 11 minutes. But it's like, if you were going to buy this bounce, like, you could have got short here on this 1 minute candle break at the 738, 739s. And then after this candle closed at 845 and this candle pulled down and then started pushing up, once we broke above 711, the top of this candle, you could have taken a quick scalp. It doesn't have to pull back to the 21 EMA though. So it's like, usually when the trend's downwards, you don't want to be looking for longs though. That's not something that we normally do either. We're looking for that momentum and shorts, but like right now, when we broke below this 725, that might have been a good entry to get short. Now we're continuing to push back down again, possibly. Who knows? But step 3 is to observe the price create a bull or bear flag outside the range. Right now, we're still inside the range. So that's why I'm saying eventually it might be nice for me to add a second entry method for trades. So we have more than, it doesn't become more than one strategy. It's all overall one kind of trading plan, but you can add another entry method. And it's not a bad idea to have at least 2 entry methods. Right now we still have 1, but I haven't been trading for that long. So I want to get really good at just 1 first. Like, let's check that off our box first. Getting really good at the current one that we have with just following it. Oh man, my nose just keeps running. I'm just going through paper towels. I don't even have tissues. Trying to trade sick, man, might not be a good idea. Today might be a good idea to just watch the market and not try to take a trade, because I'm freaking sick. I'm over here sneezing. Like, dude, I don't care, man. If I'm sick, I'm still showing up to work. Like, yeah, go ahead, Sharif. You can write whatever you want in there. Doesn't mean I'm gonna follow it today, but I can go back over on the weekend and kind of look at stuff and see how it works by looking at like the previous days. Yeah, I just wanted to still wake up early and show up. I didn't want to get into the habit of sleeping in or anything. Yeah, health is important, especially with this job. This isn't a job where you can like be really sick and just show up and still work. It's not like I mean, there's jobs like that. Trading is not one of those jobs. Still below the 21 EMA, below VWAP, inside the 15-minute range. Is that a bear flag? I don't know. But it's like, it's a bear flag inside the range. So, I don't know. God's just testing my patience. He's like, give him a cold. You know, tell him to chill out. See if he can just wait until next week to trade. Oh, man. I got to go to my other job. We will continue on next week. Add an indicator called follow trend. I think I can only have 4 indicators at a time. What's that one look like? Follow trend. Which one? This one? Whoa. The heck is that? Yeah, I don't know about that. I kind of like the indicators that I use. I don't want to add too much random stuff. Yeah, messing with indicators is fun though. Try to keep it simple. Just, yeah, I'll mess around. I'll take a look at that later, Sharif. Oh, there we go. Is that the bear flag dip inside the range, maybe? Once we got below that 715 area. Kind of faked out here, pulled back up, got that 21 EMA touch. Closed here. And that's like once we got that 715 break, push down to 691. There's 20 points. Oh yeah, I don't really use Fibonacci retracements. I know you can do it though, it helps. I still need to learn how to I would have to learn how those work. There we go. Kind of had a weird pullback to the 21 EMA and then broke out here on this bear flag kinda, but just the 15-minute range still down here at the 682s. My dog's trying to play with my cat right now, and I don't think he realizes how much bigger he is. And the cat's getting mad at him and hitting him in the face. That's funny. Just got an email from Take Profit Trader. I don't know what that is. You guys are probably like, what's this kid doing? It's 8:57. He still hasn't taken a trade. Well, 2024 coming to a close next week. This is just a quick reminder that our first ever no fee 40 plus 100% refund special deal will also be coming to an end as well. So if you haven't taken advantage of the sale yet, as of right now, you can still get a 40% off lifetime discount on account size. Never pay an entity, blah, blah, blah. Well, it doesn't say when it's ending, though. Next week? Okay. Good to know. See, I knew if we broke out, we could possibly not get continuation because we kind of got the 15-minute range acting as support and this hourly candle pivot point, and then we got another pivot point down there. But yeah, could have taken a quick scalp here. If I go back and look at the past 17 days, though, all of our good entries were after 9 o'clock. This was at 8:54, but could have taken a quick scalp here. We didn't get a break of structure. We would have had to push below the 675s. Now we're kind of pulling back again. So we could just range inside the 15-minute range. Now, who knows? Maybe that was just the sell-off in the beginning of the day. I don't know. It's Christmas week. It's the end of the year. Maybe everybody just sold off there in the beginning, and if you got in and took some money, good for you. If not, that might have been it. If you're just joining us now, we're at no trades, so just kind of showed up to work to watch, and you know, I will take a trade if I see the setup before it passes. So far, we kind of had like 2 short entries here. Could have taken a short right here, and then one right here. Quick short here, and then this was nice. From the 739s to 675. Over 60 points right there. That would have been nice. Over $1,000 trade with one contract. Just doesn't follow our rules, so you can't really go back and go like, oh, yeah, it doesn't follow the rules though. So this one kind of did a little bit better because we got closer to the 21 EMA. We already had the 15-minute range pass. So now we're pulling back down even more. There we go. There's the lower low. Entry would have been 717, our stop. It's like, where's your stop though? I'm not going to put your stop all the way up here. That's a huge stop, over 20 points. Stop would have been like, I don't know, somewhere in this area right here. You get 20-point stop. And then just kind of consolidated for a little bit and then just continued on down. Look at that. Take a long. You're funny. Through the pivot point. Through the 641 pivot. I don't know. You would never be looking for longs here when the market's doing this. Market's going down. So we're looking for shorts. Push, pull back, push. Like if we're doing this, we're not looking for longs at the bottoms. We're looking for shorts at the tops. Until the market starts putting in higher highs and higher lows, then you start looking for longs. I don't know if you're kidding or if you're just joking. Yeah. That's funny. I have to get used to that though, because Sharif, if we start having like 300 people in the chat, there's going to be all kinds of people going like, oh, buy here, or short here. I'm going to have to ignore everybody. That's what happens on Patrick's stream. He's got 1 million people watching, like 1,000 or 2,000 people. And they're all telling him different things. Just closed below that pivot. 641 pivot. It's just like, man, how much more can the market push? This is a huge range. If we look at it compared to like other days, like look at the size of this range versus this one, this one, this one, this one. Like it's just way bigger. So it's like, I mean, the market pushed aggressively up last Friday after creating a big range, just continuing up and up and up. And if memory serves me right, we weren't patient enough to wait for those setups. So, I mean, the market could start pushing. We got another pivot point down there at 526. But I still want to see like a bear flag and a pullback to the 21 EMA. Like we're so far from the 21 EMA and VWAP now. It's like, do you get short down here? Like, oh no, dude, I don't think so. It's too late. I mean, if we kind of missed these two trades, that might have been it. Like, you know, the market only gives you so many opportunities before it's like, all right, dude, yeah, you just got to pack up and come back on Monday. Like if you're hunting deer and you're sitting in a deer stand, like a beautiful buck walks through, you're like, shit, I wasn't looking. I was freaking looking at the airplane flying by or something. Like, and then another beautiful, God's like, all right, don't worry. I know you missed it. Let me give you another one right here. Right here. And that's like, I think we got down to here and then I saw this. It's like, oh, you missed it. Because your order entry should have been at like already entered. Our order entry should already be entered. Like we should have had a sell order right here. Just ready to go at like 717. Boom. So as soon as that, it's almost like when if you're a deer hunter with a bow and arrow, you're already pulled back like this. And you're waiting. As soon as you go, wank, wank, and that deer goes like this, and it presents itself to you, you just let go of that arrow and then boom, just hit it right in the lungs, kill the animal, and you're done. So this is almost like us pulling our bow and arrow back. And then as soon as the price pushed up and then came down, boom, put us in. We never would have been in drawdown, ever. Even during this consolidation, it never came back to our entry. That's how you get a really good entry. So you're in drawdown very minimally. And now look, the market is just dumping. So, you know, but I don't like these kind of quick pullbacks. Like, even though they've worked before, I've also gotten screwed on them before. Like these right here. Like, yeah, you could have got in right here. But I don't like those as much as I like. So I'm not even going to draw those lines. We're going to delete those. Like, this was the entry. So, even if you guys didn't see me actually take the trade and you watched what I just explained, you're like, oh shit, that's actually a good point. This guy's right. Like, okay, so why didn't he do it then? And it's like, it was 8:54. We kind of had the bear flag on the 2-minute too. If you draw it right here, we just didn't get that close to the 21 EMA on the 2-minute. But when the market's pushing this aggressively on the 2-minute, you might not get a pullback all the way to the 21 EMA. You might be a little ways off. But if we draw it on here, like that's what it looked like. We were kind of far. 717, the 21 EMA on the 2-minute was at 774. That's kind of far. But when the market's pushing this aggressively, the pullback might not come all the way back to the 21 EMA. So once we kind of start pushing down here, like, also this bear flag's inside the range, and usually our strategy is we want to see it create a bull flag below the range. But yeah, obviously looking back there, like if you would have got short right here, you'd have made a lot of money, especially when these two candles ripped down at after 9 a.m. There's the new hourly candles. I think we're going to start pulling back now, maybe, but you never know. Because the beginning of the hourly candle like goes like this and then just starts coming back up. Maybe now if we start closing above the 21 EMA, you know. This didn't happen inside the 15-minute candle. It happened inside the 15-minute range, but after the first 15-minute range was formed, yeah. So this could have acted as support, and it kind of did. That's why these two candles right here were like this. But then once we broke through the 15-minute range at the 682s, and then we broke through that hourly support candle at 674, we pushed down to that pivot point, just kept going. The bears were in control. There's way more sellers than buyers right now. If you missed it, you missed it. Like if you pulled the bow and arrow back and then the buck ran away and now the buck is like 100 yards away, you don't just freaking like, oh, let me just try to take a random shot and lob the arrow across the football field and see if it'll hit him right in the lungs. It's like you just gotta come back. You know? Plus I'm sick. I don't feel good right now. I want to sound like a little bitch. Freaking going through like baseball-sized balls of freaking paper towels below my nose. Need some Dayquil or something. Oh man, I get sick like once a year. It only lasts a couple days and then I'm good. I got a pretty good immune system. So see, like right here, I don't want to get like too overly excited by seeing this, but you know, we didn't pull back to 21 EMA exactly, but when the market's pushing this fast, you might not get that pullback. Like now might be a good spot. To try a short E797. Woo, there we go. Oh, 155 bucks. Look at that. Super quick scalp, dude. I think we're done for the day. That was so fast. Like I put my stop to break even, then started trailing it. I should have like zoomed in to pay attention to how much I was trailing. I should have just set it to like freaking right here and let it like get this push now, because then we would have been at like 400 bucks. But we got to break a structure. If we can get below this 563s, we might continue down. Looking like it wants to. There she goes. Oh, that would have been a beautiful trade. It was a good entry. We manually entered instead of having a limit order to enter, but so it almost looks like it's literally like that explanation I just gave about hunting. Like you go to pull back and the deer kind of, I mean, I've never even shot a deer, but I've seen lots of deer hunting videos on YouTube. The deer will turn and kind of look, and it'll pause for like a couple seconds, like almost like, all right, here's your shot. Like, go ahead, kill me. And then you just go like, you make the little sound with the deer thing, whack, whack, and then the deer might be eating some grass or some shit. And then it just kind of goes like this. And then boom. And so literally the market was doing this. It was kind of bouncing like this, almost like, here's your shot, take your shot, take your shot. And if you hesitate and don't pull that trigger, then you spook the deer and the deer runs away and you miss it. So We definitely could have trailed that better because I risked like $200 to make 160. So we didn't even hit a 1-to-1. I think I had my stop at like 97. We entered at 87. So I had like a 10-point stop loss. But when I saw it push, I just trailed. I trailed too close. Should have let it get that push first because our entry was good. Now we're kind of pulling back, so it's over. But our entry was at 87. The market pushed down to 53. Market pushed down 34 points. So that would have been a $680, if we trailed. Basically, once this candle closed, you would wait for this one to break it and then trail it some more. So you would have had to leave our stop like right there pretty much at break even, or a little bit more just in case we got stopped out in the green just to cover the cost of the contracts. But the rule of thumb would be like have your stop here. Like if you were going to move it from 97, then move it just a little bit past your entry at like 87. And then it pulled back almost all the way to that spot. And then once it pulled back, and once we got past the bottom of this candle, we got that additional push down. But no, I'm not doing that either. Sharif is a good test for me to see if I'll follow my plan. So I love you, Sharif. Sharif's like, all right, take a little long with a micro contract. And then like, I don't know if you're being serious or if you're just like testing me, which is good. I need these tests because I need to be able to say, no, that's not a good idea, Sharif. Maybe this is what you were thinking when you were trading, and now you're seeing me say no, and you're like, oh, so that's how you be a good trader. You have to say no to yourself when you're doing things that don't follow the plan. Like I don't drink alcohol anymore, so sometimes I'll have coworkers that'll say, hey, Austin, after we close the restaurant today, you want to hang out and watch Landman? We're going to have some margaritas and make some drinks. And I have to go, no, thank you. I'm going to go home. I don't drink alcohol. So, yeah, I think we're finished for the day, which is fine. We didn't make a whole lot, but I didn't manage that trade properly. But, this pullback was kind of hard. And then we only got like one candle or two candles that pushed down before pulling back again. But, yeah. Like, if you owned a Bugatti that goes 250 miles per hour, and you might have a friend that's sitting in the passenger seat with you, and they're going, come on, dude, just floor it. Let's see how fast it goes. And I have to be able to look at them and go, no. Like, we're in the city right now. We're not on a racetrack. Like, I can't do that. Like, I can get on it a little bit, show you a little bit of the power, but we're not going to get reckless here and floor it in the middle of the city. And that's why God will trust certain people with Bugattis and other people, he doesn't give them Bugattis. You have to have self-control. And right now, I got to go to my other job in a little bit, in like an hour. And I feel like shit. And maybe I shouldn't even go because I serve people at a restaurant. If they see me sneezing and blowing my nose, they're going to be like, I don't want him serving my food. I'm going to get sick. So I might have to call out of work. $160. Look at that. That was quick. How long did that trade last? 15 seconds. Woo. It's a fast trade. When those surfers are riding those waves, though, sometimes they only ride those waves for 10 or 15 seconds. They sit there in the ocean for like an hour waiting for a good wave, and then they ride one for like 10 seconds. That's it. So trading's like very similar. If that was 2 contracts, it would have been $320. Just could have squeezed a little bit more money out of it, but wanted to get the account over 50,000. No sick leave options? No, not where I'm at. I work at a small little restaurant in the middle of nowhere, like small mom and pop shop type place. I used to work for like big corporate companies where we had sick time, and then I was self-employed, and door to door, I did solar sales and made a ton of money, and I could take off whenever I wanted, but I didn't get paid when I took off. But when I was working, I got paid a ton of money if I was selling. If I didn't sell anything, I made $0. But if I sold a solar system, there was times where I was making over $10,000 for one sale. But I'm over sales. Trading is so much better when you get it consistent and start making big money. Like, we're trading with a small amount of money right now. But if you were copy trading with $1 million in your account, making the big bucks, but you got to start off small. I don't even know what to put here for notes. But come back next week. We would have been a drawdown a little bit if we let it come back up to here and then continue. But this one was a lot better over here. Get down. No. Get down. Get down. Damn, dude. Remy licked his neck so much he's like wet. My cat. This was the better trade right here. I like this one right here because you would have shorted here. Like, if we jumped in here with 2 contracts once we get going for a little bit longer, I would have this is what we would have done. We would have jumped in right here at the 717s with 2 contracts, and then we would have taken our partial profit somewhere in here with 1 contract, and then we would have had our stop somewhere around here. If we survived this consolidation and then this candle shot down like this, we would have just started trailing right here and made so much money on 2 contracts. 1 partial taken out here, and then the other one somewhere in here. Like, that's when we're going to start making the big bucks and move that equity curve quickly. But first, I need to get good at being consistent, disciplined, following the plan. Because if you're not doing that, trading 2 contracts ain't going to help you. It's just going to make your losses even bigger. So, took a quick scalp here. Our entry was good. Could have squeezed a little bit more profit out of that. I would have liked to see like maybe $300 instead of 150. But Patrick took a $500,000 payout last week or this week because he got all of his Apex accounts. He got 3 months of withdrawals, so then there's no cap on the withdrawal, and then he withdrawed like 7 accounts, and then they kept 10%. So he had $1,000 deposited into his bank account at the end of the year for Christmas, and I'm happy for him. I'm happy to see that because I learned from him, and my strategy follows his, kind of. So if he's doing well, that's a good sign to me. All right, guys, I really got to go. I'm just progressively getting worse and worse here. I got to go take some medicine or something. feel like poop. So market now pulling back above the 21 EMA, kind of support at that pivot point down. Jumped in at 9:11 a.m. A lot of good trades happen at 9:11. Not sure why, but we get some good trades at 9:11 sometimes. If we draw the bear flag on the 2-minute, kind of looks like this. But again, look how far we were from the 21. Look how far we were from the 21 EMA on this. But when the market's pushing this aggressively, you don't get that nice clean pullback on the 2-minute. On the 1-minute, you might, like here, it wasn't too far. That was a better trade right here, but we were, we had a lot of different support levels here. That's why I kind of didn't like it. But once we got down here, I knew like we just had this pivot and this pivot. So I kind of saw it setting up. I saw we got all the way up here, and then this candle closed, and then this one started pushing, and then we kind of hovered here, and I was like, you know what? Let's just pull the trigger, set our stop loss, our one trade. Then I trailed, got in, got out, got paid. Green day. We'll see you on Monday, everyone. God bless. Have a good weekend. Hopefully, I feel better on Monday. But yeah, that's it. Doing it here live on YouTube. Another green day, green week. This week we're only up getting an error. I forget what we were up. It's not generating the report. Anyway, all right. Peace out, y'all. God bless. Have a good weekend. See you on the next one. Peace out.